Hi, I'm Darren Miles with Darren Miles Photography based here in beautiful, sunny Naples, Florida. And today, we take a look at one of the pieces of Canon's Holy Trinity. Is the nearly decade-and-a-half-old love affair with Canon's legendary 35L beginning to wear off, especially now that there's new and legitimate competition from a very unlikely place? Canon introduced the 35mm L f1.4 almost a decade and a half ago, in December of 1998. And today, it remains one of Canon's best-selling pro-grade lenses, and for a good reason. During the majority of that time, there wasn't any real significant competition in this focal length and aperture combination. That is, until now. The brand new and highly regarded Sigma Art 35mm f1.4 has hit the photography world by storm, and at only $899, many professionals, me included, are beginning to ask, is it time for Canon to refresh the 35mm L? We're going to be looking at the Sigma at a later date, but for today, we're going to run this Canon legend through the paces and try to answer these very important questions. Number one, does the 35mm L still hold up to the test of time? And two, is it still worthy of its premium price point? We're going to spend the next 5 or 10 minutes to find out. Okay, well, first up is build quality. Like most of Canon's L lenses, the 35L is made of some very high quality materials. Though it's not made of metal, it is made of a very nice, high grade of plastic. The rubberized focus ring is wide, smooth, and rotates very fluidly. The whole thing oozes of quality. The ultrasonic motor focuses quickly, silently, and very accurately. Like all other L lenses, it comes with a lens hood, yippee, which is very unlike all of Canon's consumer lenses. Overall, it's a really solid effort. I'd say just shy of some of the better built L lenses that are out there. It's important to note that the lens is not weather steel, which is kind of disappointing given the lens's price point. Just the same, there isn't that much to fault here, so for build quality, the 35L gets a solid 9 out of 10. So up next is focus speed and accuracy. Let me sum it up this way. It's blazingly fast, nearly silent, and deadly accurate. It is truly an exceptional performance. A word of caution, however, like all wide aperture lenses, the depth of field at f1.4 is so narrow that the slightest bit of movement by the photographer or the subject can result in an out-of-focus shot. More often than not, when a shot comes out of the 35L that's noticeably soft, chances are pretty good somebody moved. Now, it's one thing for me to tell you about how fast the thing focuses. It's probably better if I just demo it for you. I'm going to set it to the minimum focus distance for you right here. The beep is on, and I'm going to focus on something far away, which is the camera, which is right there across the room. Bam, just like that. Bam, catches focus instantly. I'm going to put it on infinity focus and then focus on this right here. And it too, just barely hunted at all. It was amazing. So assuming the subject and the photographer remain motionless, then the 35L focuses quickly, efficiently, and nearly flawlessly. So for focus speed and accuracy, the 35L is easily a 10 out of 10. So up next is optical quality and the quality of the results. The 35L is nothing short of astonishing from f2 onward in smaller apertures. However, at wide apertures like f1.8 to f1.4, the 35L is a really good performer. But that said, if you're a pixel peeper, you may be a bit disappointed at the lens sharpness at f1.4. Don't get me wrong, it's really good, especially for a 15-year-old design. It's just not tack sharp as you might expect, given the lens's premium price point. However, like with all of my reviews, it's one thing for me to tell you about the optical quality. It's probably better and another for me to just show you. The next minute or so will be stills and video clips taken with the 35L from Canon. So up next is value, and frankly it's the proverbial elephant in the room. Is the 35L still worth its premium price point, especially given the new competition from Sigma with their 35 f1.4a, which is considerably less expensive, and according to many reviews, and I mean reviews from reputable places like PhotoZone and DP Review, they say that the Sigma is optically superior. So in reality, it's really hard to say with a straight face that the 35L is a good value at $1,499. Keeping in mind that that is $600 more than the comparable Sigma. To me, that's a pretty stiff premium for a lens that many say isn't as good as the new Sigma. Now, just a brief disclaimer, I'll be reviewing the new Sigma 35 f1.4 soon, and hopefully I'll be able to give you a head-to-head comparison between these two lenses. Now, don't get me wrong, the 35L remains a great lens. It's capable of incredible results, but just keep in mind it is a pricey one. And based on the feedback alone of the Sigma, you really have to call the 35L's value into question. So for value, we can only give the Canon 35L a 5 out of 10. Okay, it's that time again. Time to draw some conclusions about the 35L from Canon. In a nutshell, the build quality. The 35L is not weather sealed, but it's rock solid. It's made out of nice quality materials, and the focus ring is rubberized and well dampened. It's really just shy of some of Canon's best efforts. We gave the build quality a 9 out of 10. Focus speed and accuracy. The ultrasonic motor in here is lightning quick and sniper accurate. It just doesn't get much better than this. For focus speed and accuracy, we gave it a 10 out of 10. Optical quality. Pixel peeping aside, the lens is very capable at f1.4, but frankly, I think it's a bit below the lens's price point and the lens's stellar reputation. At least my copy is anyway. For optical quality, we gave it an 8 out of 10. Quality of the results. Some of the most amazing images that I've ever seen was shot with the 35L. And you really have to consider the whole scene. I know a lot of people like to separate the center of the frame from the edge, but once you consider the whole scene, then you can understand why this lens is such a hit. And oh, by the way, the bokeh rendering is just awesome. With a little bit of tweaking in Lightroom and Photoshop, the 35L can get you to the promised land. For the quality of the results, it gets a 10 out of 10. Value. Not to beat a dead horse, but Canon is no longer the only game in town. And not only is the competition less expensive, as I've mentioned before, many of the reviews out there claim that the new Sigma, for example, is optically better. That alone calls into question the 35L's premium price point. And for that reason alone, we can only give it a 5 out of 10 for value. Overall, it gets a 42 out of 50 in our recommended rating. The final word. With its formidable combination of wide aperture, fast focus, and beautiful out-of-focus rendering, it's little wonder why the 35L is such a hit for the wedding photographer set. But just temper your expectations for sharpness at f1.4, and then ask yourself a very important question. Is the red ring on this lens worth the $600 price differential? For me, I'm no longer so sure. This is Darren Miles with Darren Miles Photography, based here in beautiful sunny Naples, Florida. If you like the reviews that I've been doing, please don't forget to subscribe. And until the next time, happy shooting.